So what are you doing? It is about 5 minutes after 5 p.m. and it's a beautiful day. It's hot. There's a heat advisory out. It's supposed to feel like about 1,000 degrees. But I thought you'd like to come out and go for a little rip with me. So let's go check things out. Hey, you guys. I'll see ya. Neighborhood kid wanted to ask me the last couple of times I've been out if he could be in my video. So I thought I'd give him a little flyby. I'm still absolutely loving my newest CYC motor. It's absolutely amazing. I know I say it every time, but it just, it doesn't compare with anything else. It's just way, way, way better than everything that I've had on here so far. Of course, I guess you call it tuned. I've tuned the motor with the app a lot more than I've ever tuned the other CYC motors that I've had on this thing. So that probably has a lot to do with it. But they've also done some, like anything, the next version is always better. Or, at least that's what it seems in my experience. Go across. Wow, it is really nice out today. I'm sure I'm going to get burnt to a crisp. And I should have put sunscreen on, but I'm an idiot. And I didn't. Like usual. So I'll end up putting aloe on for the next couple of days. I just, want to get out of here riding this thing so I don't think about anything that's, important, like skin cancer. Man, this thing is just awesome. It gets up to speed like crazy. It's awesome. It's so nice and smooth. This motor is really something. I need to get to a point where CYC will sponsor these videos with motors. Ooh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Try the latest motor. I'd like that. But I'm not quite big enough yet. The britches are not big enough. But they're getting there. We're getting there little by little. The last plea for help brought me 1,000, yeah, I wish, 100 subscribers, which was unheard of, so I'll keep doing that maybe, and try some other stuff, and see if I can get it up a little bit higher, get over that 1,000 subscriber threshold. I'm a little bit more focused now than I ever have been. All right. Make sure we're not going to run into anybody. It's a little different route than we usually take. And it'll end up in the same spot, but a little bit different for you. How you doing, bud?
How you doing?
Good, man. Seen on Facebook past week or so, they my son calls Facebook the old people's platform. Only old people go on that, Dad. I've seen people talking about negative comments on when they go out for a ride, whether it's in a trail or whatever. And I just don't get those. I've had, I think, 2 in the 3 years that I've had this thing. I think maybe 2, possibly 3, but probably just 2. And of course, the comments on when people say that in a post. Everybody says, well, I just use pass. I don't use a throttle because somehow that's better. And I only go in pass 1 or pass 2 or whatever it is. Which is great, you know. To each his own, I guess. I use both. I use pass and throttle. Because I like to use both. But that's just me. It's just the saga, you know, people are either telling you you're a cheater because you have an e-bike, or they're yelling at you because you're tearing up the trail, or yelling at you because you're You're someplace you're not supposed to be, or they think you're not supposed to be with their limited knowledge. And it's just not something that concerns me when I'm out here riding. I just want to ride. To me, it doesn't matter if you want to use pass or use throttle or use both like I do. It doesn't really matter as long as you're out here having a good time. You know? Because that's all I'm out here for. I'm not out here for exercise, although I get some. Not a huge amount, but I get some. And I just, I don't want to sweat. I just want to have fun, and that's what I do. Most of the people, in my experience, most of the people that are out here on this kind of thing, at least the recumbent trikes or quads or whatever, want to get a little bit of exercise. But they can't quite do a traditional bike for one reason or another. But they're very proud of getting whatever exercise they get out of it. And I think it's great. It's wonderful. I just don't need that. Hey, man. Or I do need it. But I don't want it. I don't want to go out and kill myself when I'm riding this thing. I just want to have a great time and, have the wind in my hair or on my helmet. And the sun in my face and just, have a good time. That's what it's all about for me. Wait for the light to turn green. Went and took Steven over to Grammy and Papa's and saw how nice it was outside. There's a heat advisory. I got at work. I was at work for 4 hours this morning and got a notification on my my watch. And I thought it was a storm, a storm warning because we've been having rain forever, more than normal in the summer. And it wasn't. It was a heat advisory. But it looked really nice out, so I thought I'd come out and have a nice little rip. And it is very nice. Hey there. I must say, I have, since, it's been 3 years since I got this thing in Stevens, and I must say that I see more e-bikes and e-bike, hey there, and, scooters and stuff like that, much more than I used to see out here. Thanks, man. Still not like, one of them there big cities. But they're, I never used to see them at all. And I see them, a few of them every ride, so nowadays. I saw I don't know if I said it on my last ride. I met a couple that the lady had a recumbent trike, probably a week ago or so, out by Jessica Clinton Park, and we had a little talk about how great these things are. She was a real nice lady. This motor's so easy to use now. I mean, granted, I have a lot of seat time with it, but it's a lot easier to use than the other ones that I've had. Other than the Bafang, the first Bafang motor that came with this thing. It was it was only 48 volt. It was a cadence sensor instead of a torque sensor, but I loved it. I had a blast on this thing when it was on, and it was just a great feeling. And that's I'm getting that feeling back now. Just the freedom feeling, doing whatever I want to do. It's very nice. And I'm not breaking as much stuff as I used to. And that's nice. Because I don't like breaking stuff. I got mostly through every once in a while I have a little hiccup with one of the chains, but I pretty much got through all the alignment issues that I was cursed with for quite a while. God, it was probably a year or so that I just couldn't get it right. I tried everything until I finally figured it out. And then I really fine-tuned it with the right chains and, the sturdier chains and the right sprockets and all that good stuff. So it's so much better now. But I don't ride it as crazy as I used to. I really don't. I've gotten used to it in that way, I don't need to go nuts like I used to. I think that's kind of like on the bikes that I had when I was a kid, I had I bought them where they were real sturdy, and then after I started getting used to them a little bit, I started tweaking them, getting them lighter and lighter so I could do more stuff. And with this one, I bought it sturdy and then took everything off and put all the pro parts on it and tried the different motors and batteries and everything until I finally figured it out and tweaked everything until it was just right. And that is where we are now. Just right. Of course, it's me, so I've always got to do something, a little this, a little of that. Tweak this or tweak that. But that's all right. It's kind of a given. It's the old tinkering man in me. Makes me happy. I got to remember to put, speaking of tinkering, I got to remember to put up on my whiteboard at home to look at the brakes a little bit. Maybe I'll have to bleed them and redo them again. Because it was fairly recently that I put new pads on them. And that's been, God, a long time before I did that. They lasted a long time. I guess I got the right ones. And then I don't know that I've actually bled the brakes for ever. So, and they feel, like they could be bled, like, they could be a little bit harder. They're a little more cushy than they should be. So I'll end up doing that. That'll give me something to do. Of course, I won't do it right away. I'll have to talk about it a few times on a few vlogs. And then, in the winter, months away, I'll say, hey, guess what? I did the brakes. Because nothing with me is quick for some reason. It's not something for work where I have to do it right then and there. It takes me a while to do anything. It's just fine with me, I figure I'm semi-retired, so I have the time to mess around with this thing and take my time on it, or with anything for that matter. Nothing's really pressing that has to be done right this second, so I take my time with it. So I don't get stressed out about anything that much. That was nice of them. Move out of my way. That was very nice. How you doing, bud? Have a good one. Hey, man, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too, man. Some nice cold water. That's what you need on a 1500-degree day. Had a bunch of loud ones today. I never really got into that. Don't have anything against it, of course, but just never got into it as a kid or young adult or anything. See if there's anybody over here at Sportsman Park playing ball, hanging out, whatever. Check it out. See? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Not many, anyway. Maybe they're already gone for the day. Maybe they were here earlier. Looks like the temperature on my camera is too high. So I guess what I'm going to do is drop you guys off up here. So, thanks for coming along. Hope you have a good day or night or morning or whatever it is wherever you're from. And I'll see you the next time.